Hello everyone, I am Anuja Shrivastava and today I am going to start the next chapter in class 8 biology. And this chapter, it is very interesting because whenever the terms and the things related to your life, that is always interesting. So without wasting the time, just going to start the chapter control and coordination in class 8 biology. So now just think about a situation. A pin is going to pinch in your finger. What you are going to do? You are just going to take your finger back, or suppose you are just going to just touch the hot pan, a hot iron, then again what you are going to do? You are just going to take back or withdraw that part of the body. So these changes against which you are going to show your responses, ऐसे जितने भी changes हैं against which you are going to show your responses, that changes, that environmental changes are known as the stimulus, and the response which you are showing towards that stimulus, that is known as the response. So just read that means whatever the environmental changes are going around you, so all the living organisms senses the change. We are going to sense the change because we are having the sense organ, and toward that changes we are just going to show our responses, and this is we are going to study in this chapter. So first what I taught you, that is the stimulus. So what is the stimulus? It is a change in environment to which an organism react. That means an organism is going to sense a change, and towards that sense they are going to show their response. So second thing is response. And what is response? Whatever the reaction is shows towards the stimulus, जो भी reaction हम stimulus के towards show करते हैं, that is known as the response. The reaction of an organism to stimulus. That means if I am going to give you the example, suppose by mistake I am going to touch my hand to the hot pan. So hot pan is the stimulus, and immediately I just going to withdraw my hand back और मेरे हाथ को पीछे कर लेना, that is the response towards the stimulus. So this complete response and stimulus, these all things, these all changes are going to just controlled by our body, and we are having two control system in our body, and that control systems are known as the nervous system and endocrine system. Nervous system, and second is the endocrine system. That means to show the responses, we are having complete system in our body, they are going to coordinate and they are going to perform together. So first is the nervous system, second is the endocrine system. In class 7 previously you were studied about the nervous system, but once again I am going to remind it again, and then we are going to just study about the endocrine system in deeply. So first we are going to start with the nervous system. I know everyone is familiar because this chapter is very interesting. So what is nervous system? It is a control system. It is a complete control system which is responsible for sending messages throughout the body. That means nervous system क्या करता है? It is going to send the message throughout the body, and it works together in a complete manner with the help of the neuron. So what is this? It is a controlled system responsible for sending electrical message. And these electrical messages are known as the nerve impulses. Throughout the body. Now one question arises here, how these messages are going to send. So these messages are sent by the specialized cells within our body. इसके लिए special cells होती हैं हमारी body में, and that cells are known as the nerve cells. And the nerve cells, these are also known as the neuron. That means what is neuron? Neuron is a basic functional unit of the nervous system. That means whatever the messages are sent by, they are sent by the nerve cells, and without nerve cells, no nervous system is going to be work. So just start the neuron or nerve cell. So I had already drawn the diagram of the nerve cell. The nerve cell, as I already told you, it is a structural and functional unit of nervous system. बिना nerve cell के nervous system functional होगा ही नहीं. And a neuron is having this type of structure. इस तरीके का some structure होता है. These they are having the three parts. First is the cell body. This part, this round part, this is known as the cell body. And cell body, it is also known as cyton. This is the central part of the neuron, and it is having cytoplasm and a centrally placed nucleus. It is having cytoplasm and centrally placed nucleus. Okay, now the second part, look at here, these finger-like projection. These finger-like projections are known as the dendrites. So second important part is the dendrites. And what are dendrites? Dendrites are nothing, these are short cytoplasmic extension called dendron. These are short cytoplasmic extensions called dendrons, and these are going to branch furtherly. ये branch हो रही हैं, then again branched होती जाती हैं. Now what is the function of dendrites? Dendrites are going to receive the message from the other neurons axon terminal, मतलब किसी और neuron से they are going to receive the message. And the last part of the neuron is axon. Now this long terminal is known as the axon, and this is the main functional unit. This long tube is known as the axon, and this is extended by these dendrites extension. That means क्या हो रही है, axon is a single long tube structure emerges from the cell body. ये cell body से emerge होके long extension tube बना रही है, and this is responsible for sending electrical impulse to the next neuron. Now where these are going to they are going to form the axon terminal. These are the axon terminal, and these axon terminals are going to join by the next neurons डेंड्राइट. दैट मीन्स ये जो एक्सॉन टर्मिनल जो लास्ट में आ रहा है, ये किसी नेक्स्ट न्यूरॉन की डेंड्राइट से ज्वाइन होगा, और दे आर गोइंग टू फॉर्म द नेटवर्क ऑफ मिलियंस ऑफ न्यूरॉन. एक के बाद एक दूसरे से ज्वाइंट होते जाएंगे. और कीप इट इन योर माइंड ऑलवेज दैट डेंड्राइट इज गोइंग टू ज्वाइन बाय द नेक्स्ट न्यूरॉन एक्सॉन टर्मिनल, एंड द जंक्शन वेयर दे आर गोइंग टू ज्वाइन, जो जंक्शन होता है, दैट जंक्शन इज नोन एज द सिनैप्स. What is synapse? Keep it in your mind also. The synapse is the junction where the dendrite of one neuron is going to join with the axon terminal of the other neuron. Now this axon, it is having the covering, it is having the thick fatty covering, and that covering is known as the myelin sheath. That covering is known as the myelin sheath, and they are going to provide insulation to the neuron. And these synaptic bulbs contain the neurotransmitter, a chemical which is responsible for going to transmit the messages. Now these neurons, as I told you, these nerve cells are very, very important, and they are going to transmit the nerve messages within the body. So these neurons are of three types. Three types की neuron होती है. They are having the different work. First is the sensory neuron. Now keep it in your mind always, sensory neuron, that means related to the sense. That means sensory neuron का work क्या होता है? It transmit messages from sense organ to the brain and spinal cord. That means हमेशा ध्यान रखिएगा, sensory neuron क्या करती है? It transmit messages from sense organ to the brain and spinal cord. Then motor neuron. What is the function of motor neuron? Motor neuron transmit messages or nerve impulses from brain or spinal cord to the सेंस ऑर्गन. दैट मीन्स ये सेंस ऑर्गन से ब्रेन और स्पाइनल कॉर्ड तक कैरी करती है, और मोटर न्यूरॉन क्या करती है? ब्रेन और स्पाइनल कॉर्ड से लेकर के आती है टुवर्ड्स द सेंस ऑर्गन. एंड थर्ड टाइप ऑफ न्यूरॉन इज द मिक्स्ड न्यूरॉन. इट इज ऑल्सो नोन एज रिले न्यूरॉन. इट इज ऑल्सो नोन एज एसोसिएशन न्यूरॉन. Okay, now varieties of names are there, but it is going to relay, it is going to relay the network between the motor and the sense neuron. That means you can say it is just going to join the motor neuron and interconnect the motor neuron with the sensory neuron. ये दोनों न्यूरॉन को आपस में interconnect करती है. Now this is all about the neuron and the sense neuron, and other part of this topic I will teach you in the next video. Till then, bye bye, thank you.